I think it's fair to say that since the days of the Cold War, the world has not been such a divided place. And in my 46 years on God's green earth, I have never known British society to be as divided. And I think the same applies over in the USA. And one of the most divisive issues is the ongoing war between Israel and now several groups of 7th century goat fuckers. And I'm not here to defend Israel because we've all seen Israel is more than capable of defending itself. Yet every weekend around the Western world, there are these anti-Israeli hate marches which take place. And I say that rather than pro-Palestinian marches because until the atrocities of October the 7th last year, no one, not the people with the facial piercings and the blue hair, not even Greta Thunberg, gave a flying fuck about Palestine. But now they've got an excuse to go out and hate someone. I took this video 2 weeks ago right here in Staffordshire. Not right here, about 5 miles away.
Israel is a terrorist state. Gaza is our seventh town. Gaza is our seventh town.
Just before I started recording, they were shouting from the river to the sea, a call for the destruction of the state of Israel and the genocide of the Jews. That is a crime. Yet the police who were there escorting the parade just looked on with no interest despite a crime being committed right in front of them. And I have to say it was nice to see the police taking time out of their usual busy schedule of waving rainbow flags and dancing at pride parades. But there are accusations in this country of two-tier policing, and that's the gist of most of this video. And it's so fucking blatant. The police and the government deny it, but it's clear that the old bill have been briefed on who they can and cannot arrest. Yet what struck me with the parade was that it consisted either of upper middle class twats who were obviously crippled with white guilt and hordes of screaming Islamists just happy to go out and do something anti-Semitic. Yet, as the parade made its way through the town, no one was bothered. If anything, they were a minor irritation. It was a walking echo chamber. But two-tier policing has been seen most clearly following the unpleasantness of the riots that took place in this country during the summer. There were 3 main riots. In London, groups of men of Bangladeshi origin decided to destroy the capital because they objected to things going on in Bangladesh. Can someone please explain that to me? The thinking behind groups of men going, something's going on in our ancestral homeland we don't like, let's go fuck up London. Then up north, a family had their child taken away, a Roma family. So, groups of Romanian gypsies and Muslims who make up most of the area went absolutely fucking mental, torching a bus and destroying a police car, to which the police ran away. Then there was the Southport riots. And this is meant to be a light-hearted comedy channel, but these took place after the murder of 3 young girls. It had got around on social media that the murderer was an illegal immigrant. That isn't true. He was actually born in Wales. But he's the son of Rwandan immigrants who I believe came here as refugees. So if they hadn't been in this country, this wouldn't have happened. When he was at school, he said that the UK needs a genocide like Rwanda. And this would have been just another case of imported terrorism. If you import the third world, you become the third world. And people in Southport had had enough. Yes, some of them will have been far right. But because this time the rioters were this colour, the police went in heavy-handed with the riot gear, and people were fast-tracked into prison. Many of the offences aren't even really offences. People have been jailed for Facebook posts, and a man is in prison for shouting at a dog. Yet our glorious leader, liar Stalin, decided to label everyone in the UK who has legitimate concerns about mass, uncontrolled, illegal immigration, which is linked directly to a rise in crime, in particular sexually violent crime, or just anyone who wants to walk down the streets of England carrying an England flag. He called them all far right. And just a few days ago, the wife of a Conservative councillor, and I think that's relevant because the Conservatives are now in opposition to our current government, she was jailed for 31 months for one offensive tweet. Now, bear in mind that the disgraced BBC newsreader Hugh Edwards got a suspended sentence for the worst kind of child imagery it's possible to imagine. He was spared jail. She's got over 2.5 years. So let's see a clip of Labour councillor Ricky Jones airing his opinion in public.
They hurt. We've got children and women using those trains, destroying the summer holidays. They are disgusting, nasty fascists, and we need to cut their throats and get rid of them all. I just want to say thank you all. I'm going to leave it now. And free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I think that was incitement to murder, saying that we need to slit their throats in front of a cheering crowd, all clapping like seals. So has that gentleman been fast-tracked to prison? Well, no, because he's a Labour councillor. He's not even on trial until January. And I will put money on it he gets a suspended sentence. Then, this weekend just gone, this occurred. That is Labour MP Mike Orsbury, I think his name is. I didn't write it down. But he's beating the shit out of one of his Cheshire constituents. Now, we don't know what led up to this altercation. But what I do know is the other man went down after one punch. So why did the Member of Parliament then punch the guy another 5 times before giving him a kick? This is an MP who, during the Southport riot, said that rioters should receive up to 10 years in prison and it should be 5 years for violent misconduct. I hope he gets his fucking wish and gets 5 years in the scrubs. And our ruling government, they know they're under scrutiny. They know it can't be one rule for them and one for everyone else. Well, you'd think they would know that. At least I now know why it's so hard to get an appointment with your MP. They're outside in the pub car park having a tear-up. Also at the weekend, down in London, there was a protest and a counter-protest. The protest was a march called Unite the Kingdom, and the mainstream media and the government have painted it as a right-wing extremist event, partly because some of the people taking place were showing support for Tommy Robinson, who's been jailed for 18 months today. My own opinion on Tommy Robinson, he's a bit of a prick. Yet, this far-right rally, we're about to see a clip of it, so bear in mind, these are right-wing racist nutjobs hell-bent on destroying everything. Then after that, we'll see the peaceful left-wing counter-protest. So that's the racist far right, a group of people singing Starmer is a wanker to the theme of the conga. Now, in my opinion, they're not wrong. We knew a Labour government would be bad. We had no idea it would be this bad this quickly. And in my opinion, yes, he is a wanker, and he's a fucking liar. Remember, in the run-up to the election, my father was a tool maker because he talks like a slightly retarded speak and spell machine. It now transpires that his father wasn't just a tool maker. He owned the fucking factory where the tools were made. That's like meeting someone saying, oh, I'm just a humble greengrocer. Really? What greengrocers do you own? Oh, I'm the head of Tesco's. So anyway, that was the radical far right. Now we'll see the peaceful, progressive far left.
Nazis are motherfuckers!
Okay, there you go. Show him your sign.
All right, let's see. Fuck off Nazis.
Yeah!
All right, would you like to elaborate?
I mean, I think he summed it up, really. Nazis are fuckers.
Okay. He's fired
Anti-Tommy
up.
Robinson, anti-division, pro-Palestine. So why are you here, Roshi? What do you feel about Tommy Robinson?
What are your thoughts on Tommy Robinson?
I want to eat him. He is a big bucket. La la la.
I have to say, I do have sympathy for
Yeah.
people that feel really disenfranchised, and it's fucking hard for everyone.
Yeah. For anyone watching overseas, the EDL, that's the now defunct English Defence League, a far-right organisation run by Tommy Robinson. And as much as I don't agree with the way they did business, they did help to highlight just the scale of the problem of Muslim rape gangs here in the UK. And of course, many of those gangs weren't prosecuted because the chief prosecutor at the time was Sir Keir Starmer. But where do we go? We saw the people singing Starmer is a wanker and then that family, because I guarantee there isn't a father present. Is it just me, or is that blatant child abuse? That child is fucking unhinged. Not only that, the sign he's so proudly holding up It doesn't say fuck off Nazis, it says fuck of Nazis. Like some weird sex act. What's your new girlfriend like in bed? She fucks like a Nazi. And why was the kid wearing a scuba diving mask? I know it rains in London, but it's not that bad. Yet you look at the mother shaking her head when he says he wants to eat Tommy Robinson. You did that, love, with your stupid fucking haircut and clothes that don't fit. That child never had a chance. And you think you're so kind and progressive. I bet you're absolutely fucking vile. You're there because you don't have any other friends. Because, oh, I'm pro-Palestine. There's nothing wrong with being pro-Palestine, but it isn't pro-Palestine. It's anti-Israeli. It's all fucking hatred. The far left, I've said this so many times, the far left are just as bad as the far right. They're opposite sides of the same fucking coin. Oh, and the far right protesters, apparently there were around 300,000 of them, most of whom behaved impeccably. Because despite what the mainstream media says, they aren't all shaven-headed far-right neo-Nazi thugs. Most of them are people who've just woken up to how badly the people of the UK are being treated by a government who some of us fucking voted in. What a depressing video that was. If you enjoyed it, and God knows why you would have done, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as ever, thanks for watching. 2-tier free gear, no idea Kia. Who just... He doesn't even talk like a human being talks. It's like a really shit AI. The most blatant example of two-tier policing took place this year. Bugger. But the most... Oh, but I fucked it up again. For anyone watching overseas, the EDL... That's the... fucked it up. For anyone watching overseas, the EDL is the now defunct English Defence League, a far-right organisation... Fuck.